We've just bought this 2017 McLaren 720s for £130,000, but it's got a big problem. For all intents and purposes, it's great. Mechanically, electrically, it's faultless. But when McLaren release these from factory, they're a little bit underwhelming. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, it's fast and it handles like an F1 car, but it lacks the theatre in the cockpit. It sounds like a Golf GTI. As car lovers and petrol heads, we want to feel and hear that we're in a supercar. But the wheels on this 720s are just awful. And the tyres. Pirelli P Zero is not grippy enough for what the UK climate is like 90% of the time. Safety and keeping tyre side down is the most important thing when you're spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on a supercar. So, to fix these problems, we're going to be upgrading the wheels, tyres, intake and exhaust, all while keeping the McLaren warranty. Because these things can have little problems that turn into big problems and big bills.
Are you sure that doing the upgrades won't void the warranty?
Let's ring McLaren and find out. Hey mate, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
I've bought this car, it's way too quiet for me. I'm just looking to put a catback exhaust system on it.
Grey area.
What about if I was to change the wheels?
Wheels wouldn't be a problem. From my understanding on the exhaust, providing the exhaust isn't there when it comes for warranty renewal, you should be okay.
Basically, if it goes back stock, they're happy. I think that's a good thing. We're going to get it on the dyno, get it tested, and then we can get it into the workshop and fix some of these issues that we've got with it. So, the car made 680 wheel horsepower and 550 foot-pound of torque at the rear wheels. Now that we've got a baseline on this car, we can get it into the workshop and start on the work. Remember when I said earlier that big problems turn into big bills? McLaren quoted this customer £50,000 for a brand new engine, plus install, all because they didn't want to take it apart and diagnose the actual problem inside the engine. We've stripped this engine out of this McLaren 720s and we're going to repair it for a fraction of the cost of what McLaren quoted the customer. If you want us to do this work on your 720s, I'll break down the pricing at the end of this video, so stick around. Firstly, we need to remove the old wheels and the arch liners. Once that's done, I can remove the rear wing and all the removable panels around it. And lastly, I'll take off the heat shield, which will give me access to the exhaust. So this is the stock catback system from the McLaren 720s. This is part of the reason why the car is so quiet from factory. This is actually the McLaren Sports exhaust, so it's supposed to be a little bit louder, which I don't think it is personally. And we're fitting a Brook Race exhaust system. This is made out of Inconol and it's very light in comparison to that was legit, mate. With it being such a thin wall, it's 0.9mm thick. It gives it that really nice high pitch exotic tone, so it's going to fix one of the problems that we've got with our McLaren 720s. So let's get it installed on the car. While installing the exhaust system, I need to make sure that the tips are straight and level. Then I can reinstall the heat shield and the body panels. With everything now installed, we can fire it up and hear what it sounds like for the first time. That's how it should sound. Now it's time to take a look at the wheels. So, we've got the stock McLaren wheel with the nasty P Zeros installed. And we've got our new HRE 101 LWs finished in satin white gold. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's is going to completely transform the car. The weight difference between these two wheels is incredible. With it being a McLaren, you'd expect the wheels to be quite light, but the HREs in comparison are way lighter. So let's get them on the car, let's see how it looks. But before we can do that, we need to replace the air filters. We've got the nice clean new air filter out. We had to remove the transmission control module from its bracket here, so then we can access the bolts that hold the actual airbox lid on. The car recently got serviced at McLaren, so that's why the filter looks brand new, because it is brand new. We're going to be taking these out and replacing them for the BMC uprated air filters. We've actually seen cars gain some power by fitting these, not the cone version but the panel filter, so we could see some more power. So we'll get these installed, get the rest of the car put back together, and then we can install the HRE wheels. And just like that, it looks like a new car. Now that the work is complete, let's get it out on the road and see how it performs.
Oh my god.
Right guys, so we're out in the McLaren now, we've been on a big road test, and first things first, the exhaust sounds epic. Obviously before that was one of our big problems, it sounded like a Golf GTI, and now it sounds like a £130,000 supercar.
Mate. Oh my god.
So the next thing that guy were hanging out of bang going like that. The second thing that I've picked up on, the grip from these Pilot Sport 4S's is insane. Compared to the P Zeros, it feels like a completely different car. And I feel like this has got more power. I actually feel like it has more power. Between the exhaust and the HRE lightweight wheels, the car just feels to accelerate a lot faster. But we need to get it back on the dyno and test it to see if it actually had made some more power. So we'll see you back at the workshop. Right, so we've done 2 dyno runs on this car. Both times the car made extra power, just as we thought. So after 7,000 RPM, the car made 18 wheel horsepower. At 3,000 RPM, this car made an extra 40 foot-pound of torque at the rear wheels. So we're making good power. Now that the dyno runs are complete, let's talk about some pricing. First up, the exhaust comes in at £5,224. Next, the BMC air filters at £500. And finally, we have the wheels and tyres for £14,100, meaning that all these upgrades will cost you just shy of £20,000. All these prices include installation, and the prices are correct at the time of filming this video. Now, this is what you can do whilst maintaining the McLaren warranty. Imagine you should just forget about the McLaren warranty and build the best McLaren 720s on the road. Subscribe to find out.